Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is Katelyn, and today we are continuing the 100 Dragon Challenge with episode 5. So first, let me tell you guys what the prompt is, and then give you a little bit of insight into my thoughts behind this. But for today, we have a wonderful idea from Kasey Golden to do a tiny ant dragon. We talked about it before on a Twitch stream when she hung out with us, and I was like, Kasey, you better tweet that to me so we don't forget about it, and luckily she did. So today we're doing a tiny ant dragon, and I'm actually super excited for this one because this one's going to be a little bit different than my usual. So I know a lot of you have been asking me recently if I was going to do a full body dragon, or telling me, you know, don't just do headshots, do some full bodies. So what I decided actually early on before I started this series is I'm going to do a full body dragon every 5th dragon. So I do love doing full body dragons, but at least in terms of time constraints for me, it's a little bit easier to do 4 headshots and 1 full body dragon every 5. That it helps with my production and me having a full-time job, and this, it makes it easier for me to pull off this challenge. If I start to have a little bit more time in my life, and probably I still will sprinkle in some other full body ones, but for sure, every 5th dragon will be a full body design. So that's for you guys who are asking like crazy if I was gonna do a full body or not. Yes, so every 5th one will have a full body, and then I'll probably, like I said, I'll sprinkle in a couple more here and there throughout the course of these 100 dragons. I mean, I'm gonna have to break it up somehow. I'll probably not do headshots all the time. So either way, now that you guys know, we jumped into doing the rough sketching for this guy, and he was super fun. I had a couple of different ant pictures open while I was working on him, and I was already excited when Kasey mentioned this in my live stream to do this ant dragon, because I had the idea of combining kind of a flying ant with a dragon, so then we could have kind of that winged dragon ant combo. So I kind of experimented with how to combine the ant head and different parts of the ant body with a dragon body. So for sure, I wanted all the different segmentation that you get within an ant body. So I really looked carefully at some ant pictures to make sure I had the different parts. I kind of stretched and exaggerated a couple things, so if I'm not completely accurate to the insect, it's because it's a part dragon. Keep that in mind. But I tried to at least have some different chunks and parts and separations in the body itself. And then I also wanted to make sure that you knew it was a dragon, so instead of the, I guess, traditional ant feet, I did like little claws, and I thought that would be really cute and add a nice extra dragon-y element to it. And then I also wanted to like kind of experiment a little bit more with the head shape. I was going between how much I wanted to push it to be dragon and how much I wanted to push it to be ant. So I tried another similar version to my first one and kind of altered a couple different proportions and shapes and just tried it at a different angle so I could kind of wrap my mind around what this design was going to look like in the final drawing. So then with the sketching out of the way, it was time to jump into the actual piece. So I got out my Blender card and tried to, I guess, piece together how I wanted this full body sketch to be. And I wanted to make sure he completely fit on the page and every single part you could see on this character. I apologize, it is a little light here, but you'll be able to see it a little bit later. But I wanted to make sure to have the full length of the legs, the full length of the antenna and horns, so I took my time to lay it out so I wouldn't have another problem like with the jungle dragon where I ran out of room for the horns. I just really took my time to make sure that all the parts could fit on this page, especially since this one was going to be our first full body dragon on the 100 Dragons Challenge. I also add a couple little extra bits of dragoniness, like I added some spines down the back that were similar to how ant legs and feet look in terms of the texturing I wanted, but I also wanted to make sure there was like some spines and spikes and something extra to really make this sell as a dragon. So with the rough sketch out of the way, I jumped into doing the line work, and like I said, I love doing lining and I love seeing the character slowly come together and really get cleaned up in the lines. And I'm actually realizing, oh god, I looked at the final piece again, and I think I forgot to add some extra outlines for my my line art. So basically when I do the line art, I start with a not a 0.05, just a 0.5 micron, and I use that for everything, and then I go back in with a thicker micron and add some thicker lines to add some dimension to the line art. And I realized I forgot to do it on this one. Shoot. Oh well, I think it still looks cool in the end, and the line art still works really well, even with with the extra lines and everything missing. So now with the line art out of the way, I was going to experiment with a couple different colors. Oh wait, I need to erase first. Well, never mind. I erased the pencil lines first, so then we have a nice clean canvas to put the colors on, and we don't have any graphite or anything interfering with the colors. And then I'm gonna jump in and test some colors. I totally jumped the gun on that one. So now we'll test the colors. I got a little extra bit of blending card, and I had my idea of making this kind of more of a brownish, goldish ant, but I also wanted the, I don't know, the butt of it to be the thorax, I think it is. The thorax, yeah, that to be a much more maroon, dark color. I looked at a lot of different colorings on ants, and the one that I was basing off of it was there's a brown ant that had a kind of more brownish, purplish. There was a slight tinge of purple in it, thorax, but I really wanted to push it because, you know, this is a dragon. Let's make this thing look cool, and we could even argue that, like, if this little ant dragon could breathe fire like other dragons can, maybe it stores the flames in its thorax area or something. I don't know, trying to justify the cool colors I use. So basically I got a bunch of different grays, a couple different yellows, 2 different browns, and then I think it's cardinal or something, another type of reddish violet color. So I start with my lightest of lights, the yellow. I go around and pencil in where I want the light colors to be. And this one isn't really based off of lighting. It is a little bit based off of the lighting direction that I want, but I noticed on the ant itself that I was studying, some areas just kind of have a more translucent look to them. So I kind of tried to replicate that with my coloring here. So with the base browns out of the way, I also went back and added some more shadows to the different brown areas to kind of really push the contrast a bit. And I made sure to do the same with some of the yellows. I had like a honey yellow. That works pretty well for another bug ant thing. But I had a honey yellow that I added and added some more dimension to the color. I think I can't remember if the honey was the lighter color or which one was which, but either way, I added a slightly darker tinge of yellow to my different yellow areas. So now with the main browns out of the way, I jumped into doing a little bit of the translucency of the wings. I wanted to make sure that you could see the spikes a little bit through the wings, since these aren't going to be like just a solid color wing. And then I jumped right into the thorax, which I looked at the patterning of the ant that I was referencing and kind of mimicked where the different colors were. This one had a very dark thorax, but it had like bands of a lighter color. So I went through and did that and tried to blend that one and the more maroonish color together. And then I added a little bit of gray there and to the wings to really, I guess, push the colors and the shadows a little bit more. And then I went through with my white gel pen and added highlights, and then we are all done. So I really love how this guy turned out. Like, I was super, super proud of this one. I hope that you guys liked it. and I cannot wait to see what you guys make for this prompt. There's so many different types of ants, and there's so much you can do with this. So please, if you want to share your ant creations, make sure to post it on Twitter or Instagram under the hashtag KM100dragons. And I can't wait to see what you guys create from this prompt. All right, let's go ahead and jump into your guys' submissions for last week's prompt, which was the ancient feathered jungle dragon. And you guys are amazing. Like every week I am blown away, and I'm not just saying that. You guys have so many amazing ideas and concepts. If you guys haven't already, go check out the hashtag on Twitter or Instagram. But first and foremost, Fighting Father, amazing sculpture. Like it looks like it's a mask from the different pictures you've shown. And I love the little bird's nest on top and all the different textures and feathers you used. Really amazing work. And Vaughn, I think I pronounced your name right. I'm sorry if I didn't, but I love your concept, the colors, and I love the horn and the different types of feathering pattern that you put on the back of the head. And then if you guys go check this out on like Instagram, there's actually a lot of amazing scale texturing going on in your coloring. So again, thank you guys so much for submitting so many amazing dragons this month. You guys are making it really tough because, God, between your creativity and all your guys' skill is just amazing to see what you guys think of every single week. And I think that's half the fun of this 100 Dragons challenge. So please feel free to participate. I love seeing all your guys' art, and I cannot wait to see what you guys make for the flying ant dragon combo thing. I'm just so excited. So thanks again, guys, so much for stopping by and checking out this video. And if you aren't already, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I have new videos every week, and I will see you guys next week for some more videos. Bye, everybody.